Welcome to another video of Weber Barbecue. Yeah.
Welcome again. This is Big Will from Weber's Barbecue. I finally got the video ready to go. We're gonna do a honest review of the Mammoth vertical pellet smoker from Grilla Grills. I will let you know from the beginning that I paid 100% of my own money to receive this grill. I am not affiliated with them at all. I just was very excited, probably too excited, when they announced their vertical pellet smoker. And so I jumped on it for the first series of them that get shipped out, so I can do a review and have a large capacity smoker for those large cooks. I do quite a few ribs at one time on the weekend, so this is going to definitely take care of that. First thing I'm going to talk about is the capacity. Capacity is 1,660 square inches of cooking space. It does come with 24 S hooks for smoking your proteins, hanging them and smoking them. 40-pound hopper. Does have a hopper pellet clean out. And it has a grease tray at the bottom right hand corner to remove, and a cord management on the left hand side from this angle. And in a few moments we're going to look at the back of this pellet smoker and see where the clean out door is located. Again, you get a 40-pound hopper, plenty of room for overnight cook. There's the door to the hopper. Pretty much will dump all the pellets out for you, so you can put a fresh batch of different woods in there. The pellet door, pretty firm, pretty heavy. I would have liked to seen a latch on there just to help reinsure the secure the door. If you're like me, I live in the Midwest, and the winds get extremely hot, strong here. So we can get up to 80 miles an hour from what I've been told. So a latch would have been good. There is the cover for the hole on the top of the smoker. It's not a smoke stack. It's just a hole or a cover for it. Yes, if you see what I see, I believe that is rust. And I've only had it for less than 30 days, and it's already starting to rust down at the bottom there. I have a cover for it. It's an aftermarket cover, works good. For some reason, it's starting to rust. I may have to call customer service to discuss with them about that. Inside the vertical pellet smoker, there's the 5 racks you get with the purchase. There is another rack that's not in there, and that's for hanging with the 24 S hooks. I don't plan on technically using it, so it's not in there. The temperature probe is in the back left on the back wall from this angle, and it's in the middle of the pellet smoker, so I think that's a good place, I believe, to have the probe. I've done testing, and both the top and the bottom keep an even temperature, less than 5 degrees difference from the top and the bottom. That's really good. And as far as the cooks are concerned, the Pro mode and the PID mode, it all depends on your preferences. I've used both of them. I tested both of them with or without wood chunks on the burn pot. And the Pro mode will give you a fluctuation about 20 degrees difference, plus or minus, but it does quickly come back to the temperature that you gauge in. So for instance, 250 degrees, it will go up 20 degrees to 270 and then come down to 250. Sometimes it'll go to 230 and then come back up to 250. So it fluctuates. So it's not going to always just sit at 270 and hotter than where you want it. It'll go up and down. So that way the pellets will smolder more and you get more smoke. You should actually get added flavor to that. I tend to use the PID controller more because I use the wood chunks, and it works out great. You get good wood flavor, at least from my perspective. I will say the assembly was very easy. Just simply putting on the legs, standing it up, putting the shelves in, the water pan, and the burn pot. That's pretty much it. There wasn't really much to it. So the controller works pretty good. Again, it does have a bit of a learning curve, at least from my perspective. I'm pretty techie, but it could be a little bit better. And that's because of the on and off. You actually have to do 2 steps for on and off. And you don't have the on and off on the app. I would like to see it on the app where you can turn it off and on. Even if you require a PIN code to double, like 2-step verification. That way you can have the convenience of turning it on and off from the house or abroad when you're out and about, when you want to get the cooker started. But I do understand the reason why, because you want to start the vertical pellet smoker with the door open, and it's good to have somebody there present when you turn it on. But turning it off, that's a different story. So the price point on this, when I purchased it, was $1,000. That's $9.99. It did come with 100 pounds of pellets. I want to be honest about the pellets. The pellets, compared to what I have, the other pellets I have, it doesn't have a whole lot of smoke to it. I'm not sure why. But when I used their pellets that they provided me, there's not a lot of smoke and not a lot of flavor. I tend to use a blend of pellets as far as oak, hickory, and char hickory, and I get really good smoke flavor out of it. Plus, I get a lot of smoke to that. Not dirty smoke, but I do get a good clean smoke that continues to burn over time, where with their pellets, not so much. I don't know if it's just a batch I have, I'm not sure. But for the price point, I'm kind of on the fence because I've had the Copperhead from Pit Boss. I've actually had the Camp Shed vertical pellet smoker as well. The quality build is par with theirs. They do have, with the other brands, they do have an additional features that this does not have, such as a polar push bar plus a side shelf, which is almost a must these days. I would have liked to seen a side shelf added on here, a foldable one. That would have been great. What I do like about this, all 4 caster wheels lock and swivel. So it's somewhat easy to move around, but they are fairly small. And because of that, I can only move it around on flat surfaces. Well, with the pellet smoker, or in this case, pellet smoker, you're not going to move it around a whole lot. The vertical ones are not made to just, conveniently just roll down to the other side of the yard like a horizontal smoker. But for what it is made to do, it works. You do get to smoke flavor. You do get accurate temperature reads at the top and at the bottom and in the middle. So those of you who are a bit cautious about this or had a big question mark, I use the water pan because it helps move the heat evenly throughout the cooking chamber. You can use it without the water pan, but you're going to see more heat at the bottom because you don't have a water pan there. And that's obvious. So the water pan does help spread the heat around the cooking chamber evenly. I've used it with the ribs. I've used it with every cook. I used it because I have the extra wood chunks on the burn pot that will catch on fire. The water pan helps block the fire from causing temperature fluctuations where you don't want it. So if you're on the fence, they have a fairly good warranty. They have good customer service, but the price point for me is where I would probably look elsewhere because of the features you don't get with that price point of $9.99. It needs to be a little bit more competitive with Pit Boss and Camp Chef, where $7.99 would be more competitive, or even a $6.99, especially with the build quality. I think that would be the fair price point is around $6.99 for the build quality, not $9.99. That's my 2 cents, 5 cents, or whatever it's worth. Thanks for watching. This is Big Will from Weber's Barbecue saying, please subscribe, like my channel. All right, I'm out.